Good morning. My name is Lori. If you've been on the channel before watching any of my videos, welcome back. I tend to talk about my husband. My channel is really about my husband who has Emery-Dreifuss muscular dystrophy. He's also had a heart transplant, me being a caretaker, and honestly, all things life that revolves around all of that. I'm also a mom to two grown daughters, and just honestly everything that's involved with all of that. A lot of it being my husband and his illness, probably just as much about how I've gotten lost in this whole process and trying to find my way back to me. If you're new here, I would so much appreciate if you could hit the subscribe button and shoot me any comments, likes. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being part of this hopefully growing community. My goal always is to help somebody. Hopefully I could help somebody with our story, and I say a lot. I have to stop saying But hopefully we could share our story, and maybe you could recognize yourself in it, or know somebody who is going through this process, and we could support each other in it. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's fantastic. Actually, I had a nice long talk with my cousin this morning who gave me a lot of advice, and I think this is really something that's helping people to really see inside. You know, you see a lot, even family, you see a lot of the outside of this. I have an aunt actually who, when I post things, she always feels very, very heard, very seen, because her husband, this cousin's mom and dad, her husband has MS, and she has been taking care of. He also has heart problems, and he's had cancer, and she's very much been his caretaker, and we sort of support each other. And I think just knowing that there's somebody else out there going through what you're going through, to hear somebody else talking about it, maybe commenting and just sharing your story, it helps. It really does help. And it was nice to hear her insight that she feels like maybe she's hearing a little bit more about me. And one of the things that we did talk about was, I don't think you have to be a caretaker to lose yourself. I think you could lose yourself just being married. You could lose yourself just getting older. You know, you don't even have to be married. I think you could just lose yourself. And I definitely did. And we were talking about the little things that bring us joy. In one of my other videos, I talked about eating alone and how that seemed to be just a very big thing. And it wasn't. It was amazing. I urge everybody to do it at least once in their life. It's, for me, I love to go out to dinner. I love to just go out and sit and relax, and it's something I haven't been able to do because my husband has been sick. And to be able to do that by myself, to tell myself that's what you enjoy, you can do it, give myself permission to do that, was very therapeutic. And I had to explain to him, because he felt very bad that, not that I did it, but that he wasn't able to do it with me. That I think he felt that I was upset by it. But what he didn't realize is it's part of my journey to find myself, and to say, that's okay. I enjoy doing that. I'm not punishing you. I'm not upset with you. I'm doing this for me. I enjoy doing this, so I'm going to do it. And one of the things I actually said to her, and I think she understood, and I think a lot of people understand, it's kind of like if just say, like, maybe ice cream. If you want to go get an ice cream and you say, hey, you want to go get an ice cream? And, he says, well, I don't really want one, but you can have one. So then you don't have one. Why? Why do you not have, why do we do that? I have no idea why we do that. It's kind of a silly thing. If you want to do something, whatever it is, and it's one of the things we talk about in therapy a lot, is finding joy. What is it that brings you joy? If I had to sit right now and make a list of things that bring me joy, I'd probably have to carry that list with me, and things would pop into my mind as we go, because I literally don't think that I could sit and list maybe 5 things off the top of my head. But for the most part, I think, a lot of bees around me. For the most part, I think it's not only do I not do things that bring me joy, I don't remember things that bring me joy. So as I do things, I say to myself, my God, I loved that. That is something that I could do again, and add that to the list. So I encourage you to open a file on your phone or carry a notebook with you in your pocketbook, and just keep it with you. And then anytime you think of something that, it could be something small, sitting in the car and just having the sun beat on you, or, sitting quietly reading a book, things that you did. Like, I look at my daughters, and they are almost 25 and 27 years old. And I think they don't have life attacking them in certain ways yet. They both have, believe me, they have had their share in heartaches between their dad and personal things that they've had going on. But I guess in terms of just, losing themselves, they haven't gotten to the point where, and I hope they never do. I hope that people could learn to prevent that from ever happening. And I hope that they see me in my journey to find myself again, that they realize they can't get to that point. So if nothing else, I hope that happens. But basically, I look at them and I watch them, and I see the things that they do just simply because they enjoy doing it. And I guess I put so much pressure on myself to say, oh, I can't do that because I have to do this, and I have to do this and that has to be accomplished, and all of that. And, you do all of that, and then you realize, what did I do for me today? What did I do that brings me just even the slightest bit of joy today? And I think we end up in these places that we just get so depressed and so anxious and so overwhelmed by things. But if you really look at it and you say, I'm not a machine, I deserve to do those things for myself, and nobody's making you not do them. Kind of like I said in one of my other videos, that's your button. This is my button. Nobody made me not do things that bring me joy. I totally, very, 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 very slowly did this to myself. And, it's something that I hope nobody understands. But at the same time, I know a lot of people probably do. And I would love for you to comment below it's good to know you're not alone, but I think it's good for you even to just comment and say, hey, I'm here. That's me. I definitely recognize that. And tell me what you've done to make yourself feel better. Like, one of the things, to be honest with you, and I did not realize was going to be I didn't realize was going to come out of what I'm doing in these videos is that I look forward to doing these videos. It's given me such a sense of purpose. I look forward to it. I go to sleep at night, and when I'm laying in bed, I'm thinking about the things that I could share, and, the things that I could say to maybe hopefully help somebody else. And it's just been a lot more than I thought it was going to be. And so far so good. So far it's been a lot of fun. I want to thank every single one of you who have subscribed already. Feel free to share it with any friends, family, anybody you know that's gone through this process. And you could, I know I talk about losing myself. I'm also going to talk about the actual process of heart transplant. I definitely want to talk about all of it. But if you have any questions, or, I'm not a guru, believe me, I'm not end all be all, but, I've been through the process and going through the process. And if you recognize yourself and you think, hey, maybe that could help me, just to hear somebody else's story. Or I think that's something, as just human beings, we tend to do. If you find yourself in a position with a diagnosis, with, just, it doesn't have to be medical, just in this place that you want to find others that are in the place with you. You find comfort in that, just as a human normal reaction, I think. So I'm your human. I'm just an average person going through some stuff, and I hope to find some good in it by building this community and maybe just helping one person get through life.